Syria moves out last residents of Isil-Linked desert camp. Official Fadi al-Qassem says all residents have left al-Hol camp, which long housed relatives of alleged ISIS members. Syrian authorities say they have fully evacuated and shut down a remote camp that once kept thousands of relatives of alleged members of the armed group ISIS. The last residents were sent out in a convoy Sunday morning, according to Fadi al-Qassem, the Syrian government official overseeing the camp. All Syrian and non-Syrian families were relocated, al-Qassem told Agence France-Presse. Al-Hol, located in a desert region of the northeastern Hasakah province, had long kept huge numbers of relatives of suspected ISIL fighters. At its peak in 2019, the camp held some 73,000 people. Last month, there were about 24,000 residents, mostly Syrians but also Iraqis and more than 6,000 other foreigners of around 40 nationalities. While the camp's residents were not technically prisoners and most have not been accused of crimes, they had been held in de facto detention at the heavily guarded facility for years. Last month, Syria's government took control of the camp from Kurdish authorities, as Damascus extended its reach across northeastern Syria. Since then, thousands of its detainees, including family members of suspected ISIL members, have left for unknown destinations. Hundreds have been sent to the Akhtarin camp in Aleppo province, while others have been repatriated to Iraq. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a war monitor based in the United Kingdom, reported an unspecified number of residents left the camp individually, without waiting for the organized convoys. Sources on the ground told Al Jazeera many Syrian nationals left al-Hol for their hometowns, while many of the foreigners traveled west to government strongholds of Idlib or Aleppo governorates. Al-Qassem said residents who have been relocated are children and women who will need support for their reintegration. The future of the smaller Raj camp in northeastern Syria, which also houses relatives of alleged ISIL members but remains under the control of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), remains to be seen. Most of its inhabitants are foreigners whose home countries have largely refused to receive them. Syrian authorities turned back buses carrying 34 Australian women and children on February 16 after they left the Raj camp, headed toward Damascus with plans to travel on to Australia. Australian authorities later said they would not repatriate the families. "We have no sympathy, frankly, for people who traveled overseas in order to participate in what was an attempt to establish a caliphate to undermine and destroy our way of life," said Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, explaining his country's stance. While it is unfortunate that children have been affected, Australia is not providing any support, Albanese added. You have reached the end of our in-depth report. For more deep dives into global affairs and breaking news updates, please subscribe to Neuron News Global and enable all notifications. Stay informed, stay ahead. See you in the next broadcast.